Welcome back to another play along satellite view video, and today we are gonna play a community world, so I'm expecting it might get a bit challenging. As per usual, we will have 10 minutes per round. All the play along links will be in the description, and if you don't know how to add satellite view script, I will have an info card in the top right corner. This video is brought to you by Opera GX. I've been using it as my main browser for a few years now, so once they reached out offering to do a video for them, I was very happy to accept. Opera GX has a lot of cool features built right in, for example an ad blocker and a web tracker blocker to ensure your privacy online, and also you can monitor your browser's resources and limit them as well in case you have a slower PC. Another really cool thing about Opera GX is just how customizable it is. There are many community main mods. For example, I have this anime mod installed, and you can customize just about anything. For example, you can enable a background music. You can enable keyboard sounds, so once you're typing you can hear the keyboard clicks and it sounds really cool. There are custom animated wallpapers that you can use, such as this one. You can customize the splash screen that shows up when you launch the browser, you can customize the app icon, and so many other things. One more thing, Opera GX is teaming up with GeoGuessr to bring you the GX Manhunt, where the Opera GX man is hiding somewhere around the world and your task is to find him for a chance to win some exclusive rewards. The GX Manhunt goes live during the World Championship major events and finals, and you need Opera GX browser to participate. There are many other cool things that Opera GX offers, so if any of this sounds interesting to you, go check out the link in the description below. Alright, let's make it a challenge, and here we go. Here we go. Best of luck. What do we get? Okay. Not very urban, I would say. There seem to be some smaller towns here and there, but well, let's zoom in and see what can we tell from above. Which side are we driving on, first of all? Can we see? I'm not seeing the road lines very clearly, unfortunately. Hard to tell the color. Is it white in the middle? Is it yellow? There are some sparse houses here and there. My first thought is something maybe like US, like urban US. But maybe the roads are a bit curvy for US. In US, like their roads to be straight ahead. These roads a bit too curvy, so maybe that would mean Europe instead. Now let's see, the shadows. Where are the shadows going? The shadows are going to the south, interestingly enough, which would suggest the southern hemisphere. So it's probably neither US nor Europe. What would this be then? What can we tell? Ooh, this car. Are we driving? Okay, which side are we driving on? My first thought was that it drives on the left side, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's see if we can find maybe some more cars. I'm starting to think maybe this is South Africa. That is my current thought. Because if we are driving on the left side, southern hemisphere, looking like this, with like sparse houses, it's hard to say, but I think we might be driving on the left side of the road. Okay, well, South Africa sounds decent, but I am really thinking it's gonna be hard to pinpoint on this map these locations, because when it's like when we play islands or like airports or such, there's some landmarks that we can try to find, but there really isn't much to find here. Just random fields with roads, that's about it. Vibe-wise, I think maybe somewhere here-ish could look similar. We don't have any massive cities nearby, so maybe somewhere here. Maybe they're more to the north, the big cities. Let's see. Okay, not too bad actually, not bad at all. It was a bit more west, but my vibes were on point. My guess is it was South Africa indeed. It was the vicinity where I was thinking, so very happy with the first round there. Alright, what do we have now? Oh, we have some water here, I think, to the northeast. Yeah, you can see. And the shadows are maybe going a bit south. We'll have to have a closer look. No, the shadows are going slightly to the north, based on these big warehouses or whatever they are. Yeah, definitely going to the north slightly. So this might suggest northern hemisphere then. My first thought here was maybe Russia, but would Russia have water to the northeast? Probably not. Probably something else in Europe. Oh, is this a big mountain here, or what is happening here? Is this a mountain? A bit hard to tell, but it looks like, yeah, it looks like there is a big elevation change to our left there. That could come in handy, and the shape kind of feels like maybe it could be a volcano, potentially. This, like, it looks kind of circular to me. Okay. Thinking maybe Indonesia. Okay, let's have a look. Can we tell the driving side? That would be a pretty good clue. Ooh, it does look like it is left, yeah. We are driving on the left side here, yeah. Okay, so Indonesia seems more likely now. Because Indonesia is around the equator, so the shadows could be going to the north, to the south. Anything else helpful that we could maybe find? Well, this seems like a pretty sizable city, I would say. Sizable city here near a volcano. Indonesia does have a lot of volcanoes as well. One of the top countries in the world in terms of the volcanoes. Yeah, there's this bigger city and then a bit of a smaller one, albeit still dense, on the coast here. Yeah, it looks very densely populated. It looks like we might have tiled roofs, which would suggest maybe Java Island. I am thinking maybe kind of Eastern Java. Would that ever fit? Could we be somewhere here? Could this be Pasuran? Here? It is, actually is, yeah, look at this. This little, like, extension, this like horn or whatever it's called. It fits perfectly with this. My vibes are on point today. I'm happy with my vibes. Let's go. Okay, so we have 7 minutes remaining. We should definitely have enough time to 5k this one. And yeah, there is a big volcano here as well, as I suspected. It is a volcano indeed. Okay, so we have this road, this windy road here. Winding here, and we are to the east, like around here-ish. Okay, we are on a road that has this very sharp turn. Can we find something like that? Okay, I'm struggling a little bit finding the correct road here. Let's see, what else can we find here? Wait, there's this river here, right? It would be somewhere here-ish. I think these trees are like growing along those rivers. Okay, here we are. Here is this big angle that I was talking about before. This one was really hard actually to find. Okay, let me just double check. Is this it? Yeah. This might be the first time that I recalled where these tiny rivers actually help me pinpoint a location, because it was much easier to pinpoint it by these rivers than the actual roads, because they're all over the place here. But yeah, so I think we are right here. Good. I'm happy with at least 5k here on this map. That's the goal achieved, but let's see if we can repeat that. Looks quite arid, I would say, from what we have here. And mountainous. Quite a few mountains around this city. Doesn't look very big. Lots of orange roofs. Which side are we driving on here? Okay, we are driving on the right side, it looks like. And the shadows are going to the south, which should suggest we are in the southern hemisphere. I was thinking northern. I was thinking this is something Mediterranean at first, but maybe not, I guess. South America somewhere, maybe. Could it be? Can we tell the road line colors? Not really. Quality isn't the greatest. Could this be something like Peru? Peru can get quite arid and has a lot of mountains. And sun would be to the north of us, generally. I'm kind of liking Peru here, based on all the information that we have gathered. Let's look all around. There's no rush, we still have plenty of time. Is there a white central land? That's the only thing that Feels a bit odd if it is white or not. As if it is white, could this be like Chile? Maybe. Chile also has mountains and can be very arid. I think it looks more white than yellow, I gotta say. And if that's the case, I am more inclined to maybe go Chile. But soil looks very red for Chile, though. That is concerning. Getting a bit mixed messages here, I gotta say. It almost looks like there's both yellow and white here. But maybe it's just the bad quality. Because if it is both yellow and white, could this be Argentina? Because in South America, Argentina and Uruguay can have yellow and white in the middle. Argentina can have some red soil sometimes. Argentina can get quite hilly as well. Should I go Argentina? If it's Argentina, I feel like it would be somewhere up here, northern Argentina, this area. Maybe. I've gone through a few countries, but I think based on the road lines, I like Argentina the most. Do we have some like lakes? We seem to have some water, some lakes here in Salta, but I'm not seeing it here in this city. Now, I don't think it is Salta. The roads don't align, do they? No, it almost aligned, but no, it doesn't. But we don't have any other such big cities here. And if it's not Salta, then maybe I am wrong about the area. Well, I'm not finding anything that would fit in either Peru or Colombia either. Not Colombia, Chile. I don't think this would be Colombian. No. Still like Argentina the most. Maybe I just missed something while scanning. Well, we are running out of time. And I am not liking my guess, because nothing aligns. But I don't know what else it could be. Brazil? I guess it could be Brazil. But the road line, I must be wrong about the road lines then. I don't know. I'll keep it in Argentina, but let's see. Okay, I was wrong about the road lines. They were not white and yellow. Okay, yeah, I would have never found it. Let's have a look. This is how it looked from the ground. From the ground, it would have been much easier with these poles and everything to figure out that it is Brazil indeed. Yeah, but from the above, it does get quite tricky. Well, I did get the right continent, at least. Towards the end, I considered Brazil as well, but and that was a hard one. But alright, next round, this looks... Oh gosh, this looks nearly impossible to me. Where do we even start? Okay, well, we have lots of green fields, lots of greenery. We have some like rivers going all around, lots of like branches everywhere. There is a small town here with some blue roofs, is what I'm seeing. My first thought here was Brazil, maybe. But let's keep looking and investigating. Would this fit with Brazil or not? Wait, we have a lot of these, like... I've seen these things before, right? I think we've had them, these, like, all these small dots everywhere. But where was it? And what was it? What were all these dots? Was it from, like, a meteor shower or something? I don't remember. Let me know in the comments if you know what are these dots from. That doesn't narrow it down because I don't remember where it was. But maybe Brazil. Like I'm not seeing anything that would make me not want to go Brazil. Where are the shadows? Can we tell? It looks like a cloudy day, which isn't great. Okay, shadows are going slightly to the north. I would suggest northern hemisphere. Well, part of Brazil is in the northern hemisphere. And I was thinking, if this is Brazil, I would guess kind of northern part of Brazil. With all these rivers going everywhere, Amazon, you know. So I would guess somewhere there, but... I don't know. Yeah, this is tough. let's have another look at the city. Can we spot something useful? Can we spot the driving side? I still haven't verified the driving side because the quality is just so bad. This might not even be South America. This might be Asia or something. Oh, there is a car here which is kind of driving in the middle of the road. If I had to guess, it looks like it's driving on the right side, but not super sure. Yeah, I'm afraid. I'm afraid to go the wrong continent here, but I just can't. If we are actually driving on the right side, this has to be South America, right? Because all the countries that this could be in Asia, like Indonesia, Thailand, they drive on the left side. And I don't think, this doesn't feel like Cambodia to me, I don't think. That is assuming that we are actually driving on the right side, because I can't tell for sure. Oh gosh, well, okay, let's just stick with my gut. My first instinct, I thought this was Brazil. I think I'm gonna stick with that. Is there any point trying to align this? Any of this? None of these rivers seem to be particularly big. They're just there. Well, Indonesia in the first place doesn't have too many rivers going on, right? They have some here and there, but they're all on the smaller side, and I don't think they branch out this much. Thailand, same, I think. I haven't seen too many like big rivers like this in Thailand. Same in Cambodia. They have like lots of these big lakes. But I think staying with Brazil makes the most sense to me. Okay, let's just plonk it somewhere here and hope for the best. Okay. Well, clearly we were not driving on the right side of the road. Oh, India. I was not considering India. Well, yeah, this river does branch out quite a lot. Yeah, I didn't even consider India, to be honest. I thought we were driving on the right side, but maybe it was just a wishful thinking. Oh gosh, Soul Point. That was a rough round. Oh gosh, and we have lots of agricultural fields in this round here. My first thought is somewhere in Europe. Maybe. But, I don't know, maybe the Netherlands or something. But, okay, let's zoom in. See what we get. Where are we? Okay. Very colorful roofs is the first thing that I'm noticing. We are driving on the right side of the road. Good to know. We can tell for sure. Shutters are going to the north. So yeah, that would be northern hemisphere. And the road lines, a bit hard to tell, but they do seem to be white, which would fit with Europe. Now, what country? We have the continent, I think. Now, can we figure out the country? Where will we get such colorful roofs? That's, I'm finding very peculiar how colorful they are. Usually they are more like similar to each other. We have a big railroad line here. Ooh, that's a big church as well. This style of church is making me think somewhere like Central Europe, maybe like Czechia or so. Would that work? Maybe? Maybe a stadium with no texts, a big, like a shopping mall, I'm assuming. Bunch of repair works going on there. Oh, this is a nice intersection. Very pedestrian friendly. We have a bunch of these big apartment buildings in this neighborhood. Yeah, I'm kind of liking my like Czechia, Slovakia guess. Again, I don't think I will find anything like conclusive, because we don't have any like unique, easily findable landmarks. But this town, the vibes is like Czech. We're getting Czech vibes. Okay, I'm gonna just gonna quickly scan Czechia, Slovakia, see if I can find like a medium-sized city with a railroad going straight vertically through it. I have a bunch of time, maybe I get lucky. But do we have any rivers here or no? I'm not seeing any rivers at least. Okay, that could help as well. The lack of rivers. Czechia has a lot of water everywhere, so maybe it's not Czechia. Since I'm not seeing any water here. Okay, I'm not finding anything in Czechia and Slovakia that would fit. So that is unfortunate. What else could this be? Poland? Hungary? I was thinking maybe Ukraine ever. Thinking maybe Poland. Poland has a lot of cities. This is the straightest railroad I can find, but I don't think that is the city. Yeah, no. Yeah, I can't find anything that would fit, y'all. It might not even be neither of these countries that I've been considering. I'm gonna go kind of southern Poland, but let's see. It was Poland. Okay, it was Poland after all. It wasn't as southern, was a bit more kind of western, central-ish. Okay, so I did end up going with the right country eventually. So my vibes were sort of on point, but how am I supposed? So this was that city that we saw, Yarocin. Yep, well, I did not zoom in on that one. I mean, there's just so many cities I can zoom in on, right? How did we do in total? I think I did pretty okay, actually, all things considered. There were some trickier around, some easier ones. What does it say? 0 meters, 0 seconds. Looks like a bug. But, so yeah, 14.8 thousand points. All right, let's go for one more game. Let's see what is the first round that we get. And it is interesting. I'm noticing this like left side here. Very... I don't know how to describe it. Very interesting patterns going on here with like water and some holes, lakes, whatnot. Huh. Looks very fascinating, but I'm not sure if it helps me. Maybe. Let's see. What do we have here? We have some sort of a small town. Vibe-wise, my first thought was US. Because the roads are going like very like straight vertical. The buildings are a bit sparse, giving me kind of like the rural US vibes, personally. We have a road here. Can we tell? Can we tell the middle? There seems to be like something going on in the middle there, like an island or something. Maybe could this ever be Mexico? Maybe. Well, the shadows are going to the north, it seems. Right? Let me double check the buildings. Yes, shadows are going slightly to the north. So that is good. That would fit with my US-Mexico assumption. So there are a bunch of rivers. Oh, maybe it's not as southern as I think it is. Could this maybe be somewhere near the Yellowstone National Park? Maybe. Because this like area giving me kind of interesting vibes. Would it be somewhere here? This is giving me the same vibes. Well, hard to compare this style of map with the satellite view, but kind of giving me the same vibe, right? And it is kind of in that area near Yellowstone. So maybe. I think that's as good as I'm gonna get here. There are a bunch of lakes, bunch of rivers. Well, I think let's go there. I don't think I'll be finding anything much better. Let's see. Well. Well. I was not expecting there. At all. At all. It was very northern Brazil. I mean, there are a bunch of lakes on the map, but I wouldn't have guessed it looks like it did in the satellite view based on that. Oh, that's not a good start at all. But this is supposed to be a hard map, so some of these rounds definitely are. All right, let's see. Something rural once again. But my first vibe here is, well, I was thinking Europe, but then I noticed the shadows. I guess they are slightly to the north. It looks like they're very long. And what does long shadows mean? It means that the sun is either rising or setting. Since the sun is to the west, it would mean that the sun is setting, right? And when the sun is setting very low, it's not very trustworthy generally when it comes to like detecting the hemisphere. Well, obviously there are a lot of details that goes into it, but I'm just speaking in very general terms. I know some people have pointed it out in the comments before. So I am thinking Europe here. I'm definitely thinking Europe. Getting big European vibes. Are driving on the right side with a white line in the middle. Just by the vibes, I'm thinking something like Croatia. Maybe something like that. Is my first instinct here. But let's keep looking. Let's keep looking. Ooh, this looks like a pretty big church here. But I'm not sure how much it helps us to figure out the country though. Here's like a palace of some sorts. A pool. So gets warm. Could be Croatia. I'm kind of liking my Croatia vibe. Might be like Hungary maybe. I was considering maybe Serbia as well. That region, the northern Balkans here. Do we have many rivers? We do have quite a few. Wait, these are not lakes. These are like forest patches. We don't have lakes. We might have some small rivers here. Yeah, we do have some small rivers like flowing all around, but no big ones. I mean, there are a bunch of small rivers in this area of Croatia. Could fit, maybe. Yeah, I think I'll just go with that. There isn't anything to align or anything, so I'm gonna go with my vibe. I'm thinking this area somewhere. So let's see. Ah, when I saw that church in my mind, I thought, oh, France has a lot of churches. But I don't know, the other like everything else didn't feel French enough. But well, I guess it was. I guess it was. Oh well, that's unfortunate, but it could have been worse. At least I got the continent right. So let's look at it from a positive view. Okay, we have a massive city here. What could it be? With mountains to the right. Well, Bogota has mountains to the right, but would this be Bogota? Well, let's zoom in and see what we find. Well, what we find is a big road with no cars. Okay, we are driving the right side here. Shadows are going to the south, which should suggest northern hemisphere. We do have some okay. I'm noticing that this stadium has green, white, and red colors. And those are the colors of a few countries, but Mexico comes to mind. And what is the largest city in North America? It is Mexico. Does Mexico have mountains like this to the right side of Mexico City? Well, there are some mountains like there, but I don't think it works with what we have here. No. No, I don't think so. I mean, I will have a quick look at like Bogota, but I don't think it is it either. Okay, what would be that green, white, and red colors then if it isn't Mexico? There is this like road going. Is that a road or is that a river? That is a river going through this mountain here. Well, I don't think Bogota fits. But what else? Let's zoom in. Let's see what else we find. We have a small, like an airfield here. Are these cars? Excuse me? I thought this was a cemetery at first, but I think these are cars. Do they have like a car manufacturing here? I guess? That's an insane amount of cars. Could this be another Mexican city? Monterrey? No. The city looks enormous. I mean, maybe green, white, and red are not the country colors. That is a possibility. We have big apartment buildings here. Wait! Shadows are going to the south. We are in the southern hemisphere. Okay. I completely got that wrong. If we are in the southern hemisphere, a massive city. Okay, what are some massive cities in southern hemisphere? And we are driving on the right side, so it wouldn't be like South Africa or anything like that. Brazil, Argentina, nothing else, right? We have a big stadium here, like an actually massive one. Well, clearly Buenos Aires doesn't fit. Obviously, because we have water next to it. And there are no mountains to the right. In Brazil, well, São Paulo wouldn't fit. I feel like São Paulo would be greener, so we have quite arid, like big mountains. São Paulo, it's not São Paulo, it's not Rio, it wouldn't be like Brasilia either, because it looks very different from above. Belo Horizonte wouldn't work, I don't think, no. What else? La Paz? No, I don't think so. No. Cochabamba wouldn't be it, no. Clearly not Lima. Santiago? There are mountains to the right. So does that work? We have this small... Yes, okay. We have this small river going through. We have 3 minutes to pinpoint this location. We are south of there. What do we have here? We have a... Is that a road? There is a windy road going in this direction. It goes here, and we would be, I think, like... here-ish. Okay. I was getting a bit worried there. But that massive city obviously helped, so... That was one of the easier rounds today. This one feels much more rural than the previous one. And we have some sort of a road. Oh no, that's a river. That looks like an artificial canal, not like a natural river. It's so, like, monotonous. Is that the word? Like, same. Same with... It's like some artificial canal. Very fascinating. Very fascinating. I don't know where that would be. We have a more natural river here on the left side. But maybe not as deep. Wide but not deep. So maybe that's why they made a big canal there. Okay, what do we have? We have some buildings here. Shadows are going to the north. So northern hemisphere. Supposedly driving on the left side. So would this be Asia? Because it doesn't feel European. And in North America, well, they wouldn't be driving on the left side. But where? Which country would this be? Like a river and a canal? First thought is maybe Thailand, but I'm not sure. We do have a natural river, but it might be really small on the maps because it seems very shallow. We don't have any big cities. We have this smaller town. Could this be India again, maybe? I always forget about India. So could it be India? I mean, why not? We have some sort of a mountain here on the right side as well. Not sure how helpful that would be. hard to put my finger on it, but I think I'm liking India the most. I don't know, the houses maybe, this little thingy, I don't know why, but it feels Indian. So yeah, I think I'll go India, but I don't think there's a point of trying to pinpoint it. We have some lakes, a mountain to the right. Yeah, I don't know. Let's just guess there. I don't think there's a point pinpointing. It was India, yeah, okay. I eventually arrived to the right country, but there was zero chance I would have ever found this. Okay, the lake was actually very distinguishable and findable, but India is just so big and... yeah, no shot. And last but not least... oh, okay. We get maybe an island, but definitely something coastal. Which could be good, maybe. It looks like we have this horn here. Looks very distinguishable, hopefully. Now, let's zoom in on this city and see what we get. Colorful roofs, that's something we definitely can notice. Something oval-shaped. Which side are we driving on? Oh, this intersection looks like a mess. Why am I getting Asian vibes? Could this be Japan? It looks like we are driving on the left side, no? I think, and yeah, shadows are going to the north, so northern hemisphere supposedly. So I'm kind of liking Japan. Yeah, and we have a baseball field here. Japan does like their baseball. So that would fit. I'm liking Japan here. Japan has a lot of islands as well, so that would work. So shall we start scanning? Is there anything else I might want to find? I am kind of liking my Japan guess, so I think I can do a quick scan of Japan, see if I can find this like a horny island. I mean, this kind of works, is it? I think it actually is. Yeah, this horn fits perfectly. Okay, I was starting to get worried because I had scanned quite a lot of Japan already. But it is here, yeah. Mutsu is the city name, but we are not there. We are here in this intersection. Somewhere here. Yeah, right here, I believe. Right? Yes, indeed. Here we go. Perfect. Great to get another 5k. 15,800 points. Not too bad, all things considered. If you played along, let me know in the comments how you did. Press that like button if you enjoyed these satellite view videos so I know to make more of them. And on the right side, there will be another play along satellite view video for you to enjoy. Thank you very much for watching, and big thanks to all my patrons and YouTube members for making this channel possible.